Pastor Viktor, thank you for joining us today and speaking to us as a church leader currently serving in the Ukraine. As an introduction to the listeners and the viewers, can you please share with us more about how your ministry looked like, what your congregation looked like, and your activities before the war started in February 2022?
I'm pastoring a local congregation in Kiev, capital of Ukraine, since 1998. And our congregation was not a huge one. We had about 70 people. Our congregation was multicultural. At least we had two major groups of people, Ukrainian and Roma people. And our congregation consisted from children, young people, middle-aged people, a few people with on older stages, and it was growing. It was solid congregation. I was very pleased with our church.
Wonderful. And then February 2022 happened. Can you share with us just some of those initial thoughts when it became evident this is real, it's really happening, and the thoughts that led to your decision that you are not going to flee, but that you are going to stay in Kiev and continue with your ministry?
We woke up 24th February in 2022 from explosions. I pushed my wife and I said to her, listen, war has come, and she would not believe me, but next moment she hurt herself, and we just realized that our life is not going to be the same anymore, at least for a period of time. And it was an intensive time when we started to care about other people. First of all, I just felt that we need to take care for people in our congregation, that they will be safe, that they will be okay, because people were scared, people were lost, people did not know what to do, whom to phone. We would be constantly on the phone. We took some people from church into our house just for safer place, and that we would be together. We were 11 people at this time in our home. So in the first days and weeks, I was helping people to find security, to find safer place. Most people left the country at this moment, and when we understood that we've done everything we could for our church people, then we asked ourselves the same question: what should we do now? And at this time, me and my wife, we just realized that we do not want to flee, we do not want to run away, because we have some work to do here, and many people at this situation would be scared, lost, and would not know what to do. And we just felt like we need to stay and serve those people, serve people who stayed with us, and serve people who looking for help. So we understood the danger of being killed or losing our life was high. We did not know what is going on, but we just decided to trust our life into God's hands, and we decided to stay.
Well, wonderful. I mean, we really honor you and admire you for taking such a step. And now, almost 3.5, a little bit more than 3 years later, what does ministry look like now for you on a daily basis? What does your church and your congregation look like now at this stage?
Most of our congregation in the first days of the war went away to other places. Some people went to Western Ukraine. Some people, or most people, went outside of Ukraine. And we left basically with few people. At this stage, we were 4 or 5 people from our congregation, plus few people who joined us from other congregations, because most of the people left the country. And we just felt, what should we do now? I don't have church anymore. I don't have people whom I served, and everything I was building up and I was planning for just disappeared. So what should I do? And we were in a very dangerous situation. So we decided to plant church from the beginning with people whom we had at this time. So we decided to reach out for people who need our help. And through months, we were able to get or bring closer to the church a number of people, mainly people in elderly stage of their life, people who would be mostly ignorant, or who would be insecure mostly from all other ages. Our church right now, from that time, grew up to about 40 people. We would be on the Sunday. Most of our church are new people. Most of these people would be people 60 plus, 60, 70. For 3 years we struggled to baptize those people because they are very Orthodox minded. Those people have never been part of any other churches. So they experience evangelical church and reality of gospel for the first time.
Wow.
And for some of them, it was just hard to break through last stronghold. And last stronghold would be baptism, water baptism, because they were baptized as children in Orthodox churches. But now it seems like we are coming to the point when few people right now preparing themselves to be baptized.
Wow, that's wonderful. If we look at the Ukraine as a whole, maybe more specifically, if we look at the church in the east of the country, closest to the conflict line, up to Kiev, what would you, or how would you summarize what God has been doing in the Ukraine, in the church within the Ukraine over the past 3 years?
Can I just clarify, in the church closer to the fire, or in the whole Ukraine?
I think closer to the fire.
Closer to the fire. Well, first of all, many people left this place. Many believers left this place, and those who really heard the call to stay, who commit themselves, and who in danger of life decided to put their faith upon the Lord and continue to do the ministry, they stayed. And mentality of those churches changed from focus within themselves toward people they can serve. So I would say church in general in Ukraine right now is really focused outward, focus on community, to serve community, and looking for all kind of ways and all kind of possible issues. Like if we are talking about churches closer to the front line, those churches would bring water to people who left without water, would bring medicine, would bring food, and use all practical opportunities to serve people.
Wow. If you would have to reflect on church growth with regards to new converts, people accepting Christ over the past 3 years, over the war, in compared to before the war, how would you compare the dynamics of new converts pre-war and now within the war, knowing that there hasn't been done an official survey, but just from your experience?
From my overview, I would say, well, first of all, a lot of Christians left country. Some churches would be going like with total membership. They would evacuate and go away. It happened in some occasions. Some churches would be left with no leadership. But some churches, most churches, they grew up with new people, new member to the same size. And other churches were able to plant like dozens of new churches.
Wow.
During war in the villages, in the places they were ministering. So maybe number of Christians would not be much different within Ukraine, but if we will not forget people who left and add people who come, then we would say kingdom of God grew up.
Wow, that's beautiful.